How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I wanted to talk to you today about some stocks I really like. Two stocks I really liked, and I talked about both of them yesterday. But in case you missed it, I want to give some updates on these stocks and what I think about the price action that's just been happening, why I think these companies will be so big, and just again hitting on my general thoughts on the stocks, because a lot of the time I talk about a stock and that goes up 10% or 20% or even down 5% or something, and people want to know what I think about it. So I want to hit on these. Also, a lot of stocks are down right now. A lot of these SPAC mergers that we've been talking about, and we've written them up, and then they went down about a week or two ago, and then we wrote them back up, and they're pretty much at all-time highs. Now they're down a little bit today. Some are down 10, 20%. Some are down 3%. Some are trading even. And I personally, I just want to be clear, I'm not selling any of these right now. I don't think this is on an individual stock basis. I think this is just a general market sell-off. So I personally am not selling it. Of course, you have to evaluate it for yourself, what your portfolio looks like, what's your risk, how much cash do you have, all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying you should buy or sell or do anything like that, because I'm not a financial advisor. But I just wanted to tell you guys, I'm not selling. I'm not trying to time this or anything like that, because a lot of these stocks could go up 30% tomorrow. We've seen that happen a lot. So I just wanted to hit on that first of all. So if you guys like this, if you guys like these couple stocks that I'm going to hit on, definitely hit the like button. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. We're on the road to 45,000 subscribers. I'd love to see if we could get there by the end of today. I think we can. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, if you haven't already claimed your 4 free stocks through WeBull, I really appreciate if you do that. You can get 4 free stocks using the link down below to WeBull. Just deposit $100. Some of those stocks can be worth up to $1,600 each, 2 of them. So definitely check that out. They're not going to have this going much longer. At least that's what they tell me. Also, if you want to know exactly what I'm buying and what I'm selling, you can check out the link down below to Patreon. There, I tell them exactly what I'm buying and what I'm selling, and you can join a group of, I think it's 850 or 860 other investors that are literally just trying to make as much money as possible in the stock market and have new ideas on companies all the time. I think they told me about both of these companies before I could even do my research on it, so definitely check out that link down below. So, the first stock that we're talking about is one that I talked about yesterday. A lot of people watched it. A lot of people liked it. It's MP Materials. You can see here 22,000 views yesterday. And I really like this company. This is a company that's in the EV sector, kind of. That's why I said in the video, because they are rare earth materials. They are a mine that mines for rare earth materials. They're up significantly because they were a SPAC. They came to market at $10 like a lot of other ones did, and now they're up 137%. A lot of people have seen them move up a lot, even just yesterday. So I talked about the video to my Patreon members Sunday night, and then I bought in right away in the morning. I published my video on the company in the morning. It went up 20% yesterday, and it's down just a little bit today. Right now it's kind of trading sideways, but I really like this company. So if you don't know what they do, they mine for rare earth materials. You might be wondering what's the purpose of this, and I'll put both of these videos up on the end screen for the more in-depth view, but basically a lot of technology requires rare earth materials. It's something that we need for computer screens, for phones, for electric batteries, for new EVs. So I have been looking at this company because there is a shortage, or kind of, I guess I should say, a bottleneck on the rare earth materials market. By that I mean China owns about 80% of the market. MP Materials is the only company really in America that mines for this, and they own 15% of the worldwide market. So the US government is giving them grants because they essentially need this to work out, because we don't want to be bottlenecked as a country. Some people are saying that it doesn't matter, China will still supply us. They'll actually decrease the price just to weed out MP Materials. But I don't think that's really the case. I think that over the following years, we're going to need so much new rare earth material. And I think that as we grow in EVs, there's going to be a bigger and bigger demand. And China, I don't think the U.S. wants to be reliant on that for our technology. It makes sense, right? If we're reliant on China to literally have the materials to make technology, that's probably not good for the country. So I think this company will blow up over the following years. Now, it is trading at a pretty high valuation compared to what they actually bring in, but I think that's because a lot of people are pricing in some of the future growth, and I like this company a lot, even at the price it stands today. The next company is one that we talked about yesterday too, and I talked about it as being one of the next big SPACs. I think this could 2x the next 2 weeks. That's what I said in the video. And I think that this company will do really well. I'm actually down a little bit. I bought in early in the morning. I woke up at 4 a.m. just to make a purchase on this company, and it is trading down a little bit since then, but the whole market is. So I'm down a little bit, but I bought some shares. I really like this company. If you don't know what they do, they are a company that is merging with Paysafe. So BFT, the ticker BFT, is merging with a company called Paysafe. Paysafe runs a lot of transactions for different companies like Fortnite, like DraftKings. They do a lot of the back end, and they're very similar to Square. So right now they're running about the same amount of payment. So Square, I think, runs $108 billion worth of transactions through their platform. Paysafe runs $103 billion. Now, there is a little bit difference in that Square has a lot higher revenue. They have about $4.5 billion in revenue. Paysafe has about 1.5, but it kind of makes sense because Square, I believe, probably gets that higher margin and the higher profit or revenue, I should say, just because they work with a lot of small businesses. They're able to charge more for different transactions. I think BFT or Paysafe is focusing more on bigger companies, so they have to stay competitive. That being said, though, they are running a lot of transactions, and they're being traded at, or they're being valued at about $11 billion or so, $10 billion, compared to Square, which is valued around $95 billion. So it's about 9 times cheaper or 8 times cheaper than Square. And it's got a very similar amount of transactions going through it. And I think that this is going to be a very big company once people hear about it. Again, I think that this will probably take off and do what a lot of these other SPACs are doing, which is go to $20, $25 a share. But this company actually has really solid fundamentals behind it, as opposed to some of these EV plays that just blow up and they're not making any revenue right now. So I really like this company. It has really high profit margins. Again, if you want to see either of the videos on these companies, you can definitely check out the end screen because I'll post them there. But I really like these companies. We're seeing them trade sideways a little bit today just because the whole market is down, at least in these sectors. So again, I'm not saying that you should go out and buy these companies. I can't tell you that, but I really like these SPACs going forward. I think these are going to be 2 big winners over the following weeks, over the following months, over the following years even. If you had a chance to buy Square when it was $9 billion, $10 billion, you probably would have done it, especially knowing what you know now. And now looking back at Paysafe, you can see that it could be very similar to Square. And you can take a look at MP and see that there's a strangle on that market and that the US pretty much can't let them lose. So I really like these companies. But let me know your thoughts on these down below. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for sharing it or hitting the like button. If you want to show this to someone that likes stocks, I really would appreciate that. I think a lot of the time we watch these videos and we don't even think about sharing them to someone that might be interested. So definitely do that if you haven't done that already. Also, thank you for checking out WeBull and Patreon. And definitely check out these videos here on the end screen about BFT and about MP. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in these videos.